couple things on this. It's Thursday, July 17th. I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold. Couple things on this. Everybody keeps talking about this list. Almost every single person who was involved with Jeffrey Epstein on both sides, whether they were a perp, whether they were just an associate trying to get money from him, or whether they were one of his victims. Almost every single one of those people is still alive. There's no court orders in place preventing them from talking to reporters or preventing reporters from talking to them. You know, sadly, I think a woman who was viewed as kind of the main accuser, back then her name was Virginia Roberts, and then she got married and her name was changed to Virginia Giuffre. She took her own life earlier this year. But again, it's like I've reminded people to go back and watch that documentary, Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich, on Netflix. The people who did that documentary, they interviewed a whole bunch of his victims, his survivors. And some of them talk about other men besides him, besides Jeffrey Epstein. Almost all of these people are still alive. Ghislaine Maxwell is still in prison. She was his number 2. She's still alive. Reporters can go talk to these people. And, you know, it's like we have his phone book. We have his flight logs. I know my friend Sheila on this app has been talking about the flight logs. The information to compile a list, I think, is out there. And another point, it's like, and I've seen some MAGA creators, so I'd be kind of like, well, what if Democrats are on the left? We don't care. Prosecute them. Prosecute every single one of them. People on the left don't care. People on the left don't worship their politicians the way you guys worship Donald Trump. But at the same time, it's like this whole episode over the last couple of weeks, I mean, I'm glad that Trump's base is crashing out relative to him over something. I was just naively hoping that it would be about policy, or about, you know, the things that Donald Trump and the Republican Congress are actually doing to Trump's base to harm them economically and to harm the future of their health care and their health. I naively was hoping that the crash out would come from policy. And yeah, now, okay, it's going to be Jeffrey Epstein. And, you know, we're all talking about that and pizzagate and QAnon again, and that decade-long history of how they were primed for this. It just reaffirms for me that there are tens of millions of American voters, members of our electorate, who are just dumb, gullible, easily manipulated, selfish idiots. And no small number of them also brought with them into the voting booth their racism and their misogyny and their bigotry and their transphobia. It's the fact that we're all talking about Jeffrey Epstein again, and Donald Trump is doing what he's doing and calling his own base idiots and weaklings for pursuing this. It's a crash out of his base, the type of which we haven't seen before, but it's about Jeffrey Epstein. Are you guys kidding me? Seriously? It's just so emblematic of our politics over the last several years, in that it's just titillating and gross and not substantive when it comes to governing, and so tabloidy, I guess would be the word. it's just really, really dark and depressing. Apart from that, I hope everybody has a great Thursday.